Hello everyone, how are you? I hope you all are fine. So in this video we will discuss about agriculture. Okay, so this is chapter 4, okay, from geography. Here is given that India is an agriculturally important country. Okay, it means India is very important country for agriculture. Okay, now 2/3 of its population is engaged in agricultural activities. It means the 2/3 parts of the population of the India are engaged in the agricultural activities, okay, related to agricultural activities. Now here is given that agriculture is a primary activity. As we all know that agriculture is a primary activity. Now here is given that agriculture is which produces most of the food that we consume. It means agriculture is a primary activity which produces what? With the help of agriculture we get food, okay. So that we consume. It means the food that produced from the agriculture, okay, the process by which the food produces, okay. Here is given that which produces most of the food, okay, and the produced food we consume for survive, okay. Now it is given that beside food grains, it also produces raw material for various industry. It means beside food grains, it also produces some various raw materials for the industry also, okay. So with the help of agriculture, there is also production of food and the raw material for the agriculture. Okay, so here is given that can you name some industry based on agricultural raw material. Okay, moreover some agricultural product like tea, coffee, spices are also exported. Okay, so these are the products that is export from the agriculture. Now here is given that the types of farming. So mainly there is 3 types of farming: primary subsistence, intensive subsistence farming and the commercial farming, okay. So it is given that agriculture is an age-old economic activity in our country. It means it is a very old activity that is over this year cultivation method have changed significantly depending upon the characteristic of physical environment, okay. It means over this year, it means cultivation method have changed, okay. It means in the previous time there is their cultivation method is different, and in nowadays the cultivation, we can say the cultivation method have changed, okay. Like physical environment also, technological also, know-how and socio-cultural practices also. Now with the help of technology we change the method of the cultivation, okay. So we cannot compare the today's agricultural process with the past decades, okay, because it is too different. In the in earlier time there is there is no much technology was invented, okay, was there to cultivate, okay. But nowadays there are many facilities, also the technology have come to do the method of agriculture. Now the farming varies from subsistence to commercial type, and here also the farming varies from the what? To the commercial type. Commercial, it means not for the self consumption, it for the to sell, okay, to sell the crop. Okay, here is at present in different parts of India the following farmings are practiced. It means it is about the India, that is these are the methods that so these are the following farming systems that are practiced in the India. We are talking about the India, okay, not about the other countries. That is, the first one is the primitive subsistence farming, intensive, and the commercial farming. Here, this is a type of farming is still practiced in a few pockets of India. It means this type of farming is done only in the few pockets of the India. It means in the some area of India. Primitive subsistence agriculture is practiced. Primitive subsistence agriculture is practiced on a small patches or land with the help of primitive tools like Irodov and the digging sticks and family community labor. It means that the primitive subsistence agriculture is practiced on a small patches. It means a small area, okay, we can say small patches of land. It means, and here with and it is the done by with the help of not the machines, okay, it is done by the help of primitive tools, okay, and also help with the help of the family and the community labor. Now this type of farming depend upon monsoon, natural fertility of the soil and suitability of other environmental condition to the crop. It means we can say that this farming method is totally naturally, because this is totally depend on the monsoon, and we can here is also given that is natural fertility of the soil. It means it totally depend on the natural fertility of the soil, monsoon, and also the solubility of the other environmental condition also. That this environment is this environmental condition is favorable or not, okay. So here is given about the slash and burn agriculture. It is a slash burn agriculture which is done naturally, okay. It is a slash burn agriculture. Farmers clear a patch of land and produce cereals and other food crops to sustain their family. It means this cropping system is only done for the self-consumption and for the survival, okay. When the soil fertility decreases, the farmer shift and clear a fresh patch of land for cultivation. It means when the soil fertility decreases, it means when the soil doesn't able to produce crops. So here the farmer shifts and a clear fresh patch of land for the and choose a clear fresh patch of land for the cultivation, okay. And here is also given that this is type of shifting, and also this is that's why it is also called the shifting cultivation also, okay. This type of shifting allows the nature to replenish the fertility of the soil and also through the natural processes. It means this process is done because with the help of nature it can be replenish the fertility of the soil, and also we can say through the help of by the help of natural process, okay. Overall that this process is done because to replenish the fertility of the soil with the help of the natural process. Land productivity in this type of agriculture is low as the farmer doesn't use fertilizers or other modern inputs. It means in this type of things, to increase the soil fertility, the farmer doesn't use the fertilizers or other modern inputs. Okay, initially there is also, here is mentioned that this is a primitive method for the cultivation. Okay, so we do not use fertilizer or other modern inputs. It is known by different names in different parts of the country. It means this method is known, it is known by a different names in the different countries. Okay, but the method is same. Okay, but only the name is different. Now here is given that it is a zooming in northeastern state. It means this last one farming is known as zooming in the northeastern states like Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland. Okay, so in this state, that is the northeastern state, they called slash burn method as a zooming. Okay, now here is given that Pamlaw in Manipur, Deepa in Bastar district of Chhattisgarh, and also the Andaman and Nicobar Island. It means Deepa is a name of what? Slash burn farming. Okay, you can say zooming also. So Deepa we called in the Bastar of the Chhattisgarh and Bastar district of Chhattisgarh, and also the Andaman and Nicobar, and Pamlaw in the Manipur. In the people of Manipur, they called Pamlaw. Okay. Now here is zooming. Zooming is the slash burn agriculture is known as milpa in Mexico, and here is also about some countries name that is still using this farming method, but their naming will be different. Okay, so in the Mexico they call milpa, in the in the Central America they call conco, and in Venezuela now roca, and in Brazil roca in Brazil. Okay, Mexico and Central America they call milpa. Okay, and roca in Brazil, Mashol in Central Africa, Ladang in Indonesia, Ray in Vietnam. Okay. Now in India, this primitive form of cultivation is called Bevar or Dahiya. Okay. Bevar or Dahiya is the name of what? This primitive form of cultivation. Also, in the India, it is about the country. Okay, it means different country out of India. Okay, and this is about. Okay, so in India, they called in the Madhya Pradesh they call Bevar or Dahiya, and in Andhra Pradesh they call Penda. In the Odisha they call Pamadavi or Koman Bringa. Okay, in Odisha, Kumari in Western Ghats, Walter in the southeastern of Rajasthan, Khil in the Himalayan belt, and the Kurwa in Jharkhand, and Juming in the northeastern region. That here is already mentioned that we call Juming in the northeastern state, Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram. Okay, Nagaland. These are the states that we call Juming. Okay, so you have to learn this at least India. About the India, okay, you have to learn. Now, our next farming system, that is farming method, is intensive subsistence. Okay, so this type of farming is practiced in area of high population pressure on land. It means this only practiced on there that there is the high population pressure on land. So in this type of area, the intensive subsistence farming have been done. Okay, where high doses of biochemical inputs, it is a labor intensive farming. Now where high doses of biochemical input and irrigation are used for obtaining higher production. It means for the higher production, here is given that high chemical inputs are high doses of biochemicals were given in the for agriculture. Okay, so with the help of this biochemicals, the irrigation are used for obtaining this type of irrigation that is used for obtaining higher production. Now here is given that thought about the name. Can you name that some of the states in India where such farming is practiced? Which type of farming? The intensive subsistence farming is practiced. Okay. Now, though the right of inheritance lending to the division of land among successive generations has rendered land holding size uneconomical, the farmer continued to take maximum output from the limited land in the absence of alternative source of livelihood. It means the right of inheritance that is leading to division of land, okay, to the successive generation had rendered to the land holding size uneconomical, and the farmer continued to take maximum output. It means the farmer wanted maximum output. We can say that they wanted more production, or we can say more crops, more outputs, okay, for the limited land in the absence of alternative source of livelihood also. Now thus there is enormous pressure on the agricultural land. So that's why there is enormous pressure in the on the agricultural land. So this is about the intensive farming. Here is not given that, here is only the question is given with doubt about the can you name some of the state of India where such farming is practiced, that intensive farming is practiced. So there are mainly in Punjab, Haryana, Western Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala. Okay, so these are the some states where intensive farming were practiced. Okay. Again, here is the third farming method that is commercial type of farming that is done in India. That is not method, it is a type of farming that is done in India, that is commercial farming. The main characteristic of this type of farming is the use of higher doses of modern inputs. It means in this type of farming there is a higher doses of modern inputs. Okay. So here we have seen that in the first primitive subsistence farming, here is given that they use the primitive tools, not the modern inputs. Okay, sorry, modern we can say technologies. Okay. In the second, here we have seen in the intensive subsistence farming that they use high doses of biochemical. It means some inputs were engaged in this type of farming. And in the last, that is the commercial farming. In this, they use higher doses of modern inputs. Okay. So, for example, SIV seeds, chemical fertilizer, insecticide, pesticides in order to obtain higher productivity. Because for the commercial purpose, they want the higher production, okay, higher productivity. So they have to use many types of modern inputs like HIV seeds, high yielding variety. Okay, now the chemical fertilizer, insecticide, pesticides in order to obtain higher productivity. Okay, so with the help of this type of materials, they can produce more and more crops. The degree of commercialization of agriculture varies from one region to another region. It means this is vary. Okay, this degree was vary from one region to another region. It means in some region there is different, and in the some region there is different degrees. Okay, Now for example, rice is a commercial crop in Haryana and Punjab, but in Odisha it is a subsistence crop. मतलब it means the rice is commercial crop in the Punjab and Haryana, but in Odisha it is a subsistence crop. Okay, so that's why it is written given that is the degree of commercialization of agriculture varies from one region to another region. It means some region there is a commercial crop, but the same crop is in the some region there is a subsistence crop. Okay, so this is about the commercial farming. After that there is a cropping pattern. Okay, so this topic we will discuss in the next video. I hope you understand this type of farming, that is a primitive subsistence farming, commercial farming and the intensive subsistence farming. Okay, so that's all for today. In the next video we will discuss about the cropping pattern. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.